Rochas Okorocha, the performing governor of Imo State, the president that Nigeria will beg for. Nigerians must plead for this general to assume the seat of governance of this nation. To God be the glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we give another round of applause to His Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, please? Thank you, Excellency. While His Excellency was delivering his State of Imo Address, some very, very distinguished Nigerians walked into this beautiful edifice. And to do justice to the introduction of these eminent Nigerians, may I call on an eminent Imonite, the APC National Organizing Secretary, the Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Osita Izunaso, to come up here and do justice to the introduction of these eminent Imonites. And as the Senator introduces these eminent Nigerians, we bring your indulgence to please ask you to walk up the podium and meet His Excellency. Thank you. Senator.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, and His Amiable wife, the Deputy Governor, Mr. Speaker, let me observe every protocol. While the ceremony was going on, the leadership of our grand party, the All Progressive Congress, sent a very powerful delegation to witness the State of Imo Address 2014. And on this delegation are very eminent personalities, both men and women, across the Federation. I will begin by introducing to you one of our own, the former governor of the Owerri State, the former presidential candidate of one of the great parties in the past, and the former national chairman of the defunct All Nigerian People's Congress (NPP), Dr. Owerri. Doctor, please come to the stage for Imo Life to see you. As he's coming forward, we have in our midst the Deputy National Chairman of our great party, North, and the former Speaker, House of Representatives, Alhaji Bello Aminu Masare. Thank you very much. Next to Alhaji Bello Masare is a one-time Foreign Affairs Minister, a former chairman of National Republican Convention, and the coordinating chairman that meanwhile All Progressive Congress in the presence of Chief Tom Ikeme. Let me welcome to the podium a former minister, former parliamentarian, and a former chairman of the People's Democratic Party, now a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, Chief Owerri. I welcome also to the podium another former parliamentarian, the former executive governor of Bayelsa State, Chief Timothy Silva. chieftain of the People's Democratic Party before and now a member of the All Progressive Congress and a member of NEC in the person of Engineer Pt.9. Let me at this point introduce to us the national woman leader of the All Progressive Congress, Barrister Sharon Icaldo. One of our own, a member of the APC National Convention Committee, a member of National Conference going on right now in Abuja, former chairman of political parties in Nigeria, Engineer Ezekiel. Let me welcome to the podium a writer, a lawyer, a politician, an activist, in the person of Hadia Hanatu Musawa.
Convention Center along this Sambape Avenue in Owerri, the Imo State capital, and of course the event is the State of Imo Address delivered by the Executive Governor of Imo State, His Excellency Rochas Okorocha. Of course, it's more or less a report card of the governor's achievements in the past 3 years or so. Remember, Governor Okorocha came to power in April 2011 after he was elected following a very keen contest that ran into a supplementary as well, and he was sworn in on the 29th of May 2011. And so ahead of the celebration of the governor's 3 years in office, he has to come and give an account of what he has done so far. Now, very interesting figures banded by the governor here, talking about very little coming in terms of revenue, but how much he has achieved even with so little. And of course, maybe we might be needing a little bit of insight into the expenditure, and of course, apart from expenditure, how Imo State has been able to utilize so little to achieve so much. So I'm inviting right now, being joined by the Commissioner for Finance in Imo State, Pt. Okafor. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Well, the governor did say that he had 163 billion coming in.
In the last 3 years.
Exactly.
Between June 2011 to April 2014. Yes, that's what he said. That's what we got, actually.
And then, with, I mean, he now compared those figures to the figures from the other state governments, and that amounts to very little in terms of what's coming in terms of income. But then, given the governor's report card, he appears to have achieved so much and so little. How come?
Well, the comparison actually has to do with what we received in the last 3 years. Of course, you'll agree with me that this government came in June 2011. So what the governor did was to tell Imolites what we have been able to receive from allocation in Abuja in the last 3 years, vis-a-vis what the other states in the southeast also received, and also putting side by side what a neighboring state, Akwa Ibom, also have received. What I can tell you simply is that the magic in Imo has to do with the prudent nature of the governor. The governor is not under any illusion really what his mission is in Imo State, and like he will always say that Imo is the richest state in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What he means by that is that in Imo State we are not wasteful. From the figures that we have flashed, from the figures you have seen, you will agree with me that what has happened in Imo in the last 3 years is unprecedented. What the governor have done in the last 3 years is to save as much as possible. You heard him mention, and of course it's on record, that he is the only governor who doesn't receive security vote. So that's also enormous savings. And like I said, if you see us in Imo paying money for anything, then you know that we don't have any choice than to pay money for it. The projects you see all over, including our